Good morning and welcome to the Retired Guy's Garage. I'm Jeff Richter. So today, I'm going to be working on the Husqvarna Zero Turn. So a couple years back, Carl and I bought this property and realized quickly, a couple of acres is just a little bit more than a guy with a couple of more than a few trips around the sun could handle with a push mower or even a self-propelled mower. So did the prudent thing, and of course went out and bought myself a Husqvarna Z254 54-inch zero turn. Love it. Great investment. But I got out there and started cutting the lawn the other day, and now the drive belt has decided to leave the drive belt thing that it's supposed to be doing. So I'm gonna have to put a new one on. So that's what we're gonna do today, so that I can get back to cutting the lawn. So that's what we're going to be working on today. Got a new belt off Amazon. I'll drop a link to it. This is a pretty simple replacement, not bad at all. Basically, there's a cover over the deck that just is held on with one thumb screw. You have to take the covers off the pulleys for the drives on the blades, and just route the belt properly. And luckily for me, there's a diagram for that right on the mower deck. So even a guy, like I said, with more than a couple trips around the sun can figure it out. But so that's what we're going to work on today. So I'll take you along with me for that replacement. Don't have to take the other one off because it's already gone and in the trash. So stay with me, stay tuned, and we'll get going on that. The only other thing that we're going to have to do, I think, if I remember correctly, I've replaced it once before. I think you have to remove the actuator, the PTO actuator switch from the PTO itself, or move it out of the way, something like that, in order to get the belt routed around the PTO clutch. So stay tuned and let's get started on this. Hopefully shouldn't take too long. Should be cutting grass within an hour or so. Thanks for watching. All right. There's that cover that's going to need to come off the footboard, and it just makes it easier to, get this whole thing out of the way, and it makes it easier to access the pulleys on the blades. I'm going to have to take both of these gray covers off, of course, to get that belt routed around in there, and then it wraps all the way around the back here to the PTO clutch, which is down under the engine there, and I'll show you where that's at in just a minute. I'm going to have to get it jacked up because, got a few extra pounds on me, and not skinny enough to get under there while it's on the ground. So we'll get the jack out and get the back end of this jacked up. Only other thing I'm going to do, just to give myself a little bit extra room, go ahead and drop the deck all the way down to the lowest position so it's sitting flat on the ground, and that'll just give me more room to get in there and work in there and get the belt off, get the new belt routed in there. So 4 screws on each one of these covers. I'm going to take those off real quick, get that footboard cover off, and I'll bring you back in just a few and show you where we're at. All right, so just to kind of catch you up, we got all that stuff removed. There's a lot of grass and debris sitting inside that channel inside here, so went ahead and used some 120 pounds of air pressure on my compressor and got all that debris out of there. So what we're going to have to do next here is we're going to have to loosen up this screw right here. I'm sorry, this nut right here. This is the adjuster for the belt tensioner. So we'll loosen that up so we can get the new belt on. And I did it. Go ahead. I think you can kind of see got some fresh grease on there. I went ahead and greased all the pulleys as well as while I was in here, because it hasn't been done since last year. And the other thing I did also check while I'm in here, I went ahead and spun all these pulleys and the blade spindles and stuff just to make sure they're free and doing what they're supposed to be doing, because I just checked and this belt was just the belt that broke off was just put on back in November, I think October or November, so it's not that old. So I'm kind of concerned about that. I don't know if it just I didn't have it adjusted properly, or it stretched out a little bit and I didn't get back to the adjustment in time or whatever, but it only lasted about 6 months, so that's certainly not ideal at all. So next thing we're going to do is go ahead and get the back end jacked up and get under there, and like I said, I believe I'm going to have to go ahead and get the switch out of the way, moved out of the way for the PTO clutch to get that belt back on. So I'm going to get the back end jacked up, and I'll be back in just a minute. All right, welcome back. So I incorrectly thought that I had to remove the clutch, this part for the PTO clutch, but I was confusing it when I changed the drive belt out, the actual wheel drive belt last year. That's when I had to take this off. So basically the belt's going to wrap right around here in the back side. I'm going to feed it up to the front. And get it wrapped around those tensioners and pulleys and all that good stuff, and get this thing back together and get it back to cutting some grass. So give me just a minute and we'll get that belt started, and we'll go from there. Alright, so what I did was I went ahead and fed it in from the front side so that I could kind of lay the belt up on top of these adjustment points for the rear axle and the rear end for the drive hydros. These are each individual hydrostatic drives on these zero turns, so that they can turn a very small circle. So I did feed it in from the front so it would kind of stay in place on this rear pulley while I'm trying to feed it around the front pulley system, and hopefully get a good look at that routing diagram, and hopefully get it on right. We'll go with that. Anyway, let me get up and all right, so we're back around the front, and of course this is the new belt, and they were nice enough to give me a handy dandy belt routing diagram, and you can see right here is this is the engine pulley. Conveniently they wrote that right on the diagram for me, so even guys like me could figure it out. So anyway, let's get this belt routed on. I've already gone ahead and loosened up the adjustment on this thing. So let's get this belt routed on here, and get this thing back and cutting some grass today. All right, so we've got the new belt on, and like I said, I went ahead and greased all the spindles while I was in here and got it tensioned up. So this one's got the electric PTO on the back, so you have to keep it adjusted, so it engages when you pull up on the electric clutch engagement for the blades. So, but yeah, got that all in, and got it tensioned up. Got a good about a ½ inch deflection in there, which is about what you want on these. And I'm going to use it here in a little while. I've got to go over help out my neighbor across the road there and help him out with some grass he needs cut, and his lawnmower's busted, so must be the week for it, I guess. And I'll get the covers back on it and show you the finished product. Yeah, easy for me to say. And we'll go from there. Hey, welcome back. All right, so you can see we got it all put back together. Got the covers all back on. That footboard is back in, and it's all set. I actually went over and helped the neighbor out and cut his grass, and worked great. So, all right, well, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed making it for y'all. Hope you learned something, and hope you feel confident enough that you're going to be able to go ahead and tackle that belt on your lawnmower when it needs to be replaced. Mine, just a couple of simple hand tools: 13mm wrench, 13mm deep socket ratchet, and a 10mm socket. So yeah, pretty easy. All in all, probably took me about a half hour to do it, so probably take me longer to make the video than it did to change the belt. So, and as always, if you like the video, make sure you hit that like button. I'd really appreciate that. And if you're enjoying the content I'm providing, by all means, subscribe to the channel. That'd be great. It really helped me out a lot. This is Jeff Richter, and you've been watching The Retired Guy's Garage. We'll catch you on the next video. Thank you.